Welcome to Flex GUI. In this episode we're going to show you how to do the spindle. So let's get started. First we'll go to the spindle section. Here's status labels, INI entries, these spindle controls. We'll start with those. First thing we'll add is a forward push button. And we're going to add a page after the current page. Change the name. Add a group box. Change the name. Double click to change it. Spread it out a little bit. Make room for our push button. Double click, change the text. I'm going to change the object name. And we need a stop button. We're going to have to start. We need a stop. Alright. Better go change that object name. Yeah, we'll save it. Notice they're disabled until the power's on. Oops, can't start with 0 RPM. Alright, we gotta go fix that. So we got spindle faster button. We'll add that. Oops. Grab the button. There we go. Change the text. Change the object name. That's the whole key, is the object names on these. You gotta just put the right object name to get it to do what you want. I'm gonna go get it. And that's gonna be a minus button. And we need to know what we have. We'll set the spindle speed, the commanded speed, which doesn't include any overrides. Set the object name, change the text of the label so we know what it is. Lay out in a grid. And we'll run the configuration. You can't see how the commanded speed is. Oops. Gotta go fix that. Be right back. Here we go. So we added it spin box and you didn't see it. So the spindle 0 section, if it's got increment, that will change the faster, slower control buttons and the single step for the spin box. Let's go add that. And we're going to set the increment. Set it to 50 RPM, save it. Alright, now turn the power on. We see it jumps by 50 every time we press faster. It doesn't go past 100 though. Why? Let's go back to the documents. Max forward velocity. GUI Spindle maximum setting will be 1000, but it only went to 100. I think we had to go fix that. Yeah, we did. Alright. Faster. And won't go any faster. That's because we don't have spindle maximum forward velocity. If it's not found, it's going to be 1,000. Let's so set that. So we're going to add a group box for status labels. And this one is the spindle direction. And we'll add the enabled. Just left click, drag and drop. And lay out the grid. Spread it out a little bit. There we go. And we got a spindle override enabled. Alright. I'm going to the current S word, when you go S500 or whatever, will show up. The S is 0. In order to change S, we'd have to home to do the MDI. We run the MDI, we go back to spindle, we see the S setting is 500. It's also set our spin box to 500. So if we go forward, we get our speed forward enabled, and we get commanded speed is 500. And commanded speed is 0. This direction is off. Right. Let's go down to spindle overrides. And that's a Q slider. So let's go add that. We'll grab up group box. Spindle override. Grab our horizontal slider. It could be a vertical slider, doesn't make any difference. So whatever fits best on your screen. Add the label. Back up to our status labels. And we want the spindle override percent, so we can see what percentage we got it set at. And override enable, we'll move that down. That really belongs in the override group box, I think. Lay out in the grid. Put it out a little bit. And we want the spindle actual speed, which includes the override. And we want to put that in the spindle status. Okay. Save it. Run our configuration. So we're set at 0. Faster. Alright. forward. See, our actual speed is 400 RPM. And you see the actual speed drops down. Gradually to 0. So if we want a minimum forward velocity, we could set that in the INI file. In the spindle 0 section. So if minimum velocity is 100, you see your command, this minimum is 100 right there. I go forward at 100. Watch it. The actual speed doesn't change no matter what the override is because it can't go below 100. If I go all the way off, it just turns off the spindle. So we go faster. As soon as we get above 100 RPM, it changes. But below 100, it won't change. It just goes to off if you go all the way to the left. Alright. Now max forward velocity. This is another setting that we can add in here. So we'll set max spindle speed at 2000 and increment 100. Make it go faster. Now run the configuration. See, our minimum speed is 100. And we can punch that faster button up to 2000. It won't go above that. Even if I hit it, it won't go above it. 2000, our override, working great. Below 100, it's 100, and then it goes to off. So that's all. Thank you. Bye.